Hello. I want to play a game. The devices on your heads are symbolic of the shackles that you place upon others. You recklessly loan people money, knowing their financial limitations, counting on repossessing more than they could ever pay back. You are predators, but today you become the prey, and it is your own pound of flesh that I demand. The scale before you is your only path to freedom. However, only one of you may pass, and the toll is the ultimate sacrifice, the sacrifice of flesh. Before you are the instruments to exact this flesh. Move with haste, though, for when the 60-second timer hits zero, the one who has given the most flesh will release their bindings, while the gears on your opponent's head will engage, piercing their skull. Who will offer the most flesh in order to save their life? The choice is yours.
I ask you, Special Agent Strong, have you learned enough to trust me? For if you do not, this room will forever be your tomb. You will never be heard from again. Your body will never be found. And my legacy will become yours. Make your choice.
Who will offer the most flesh in order to save their life? The choice is yours. Are you there, detective? By hearing this tape, you will likely assume this is over. You feel you now have control, don't you? You think you will walk away untested. Hello, William. You've probably been wondering when we would see each other again. Today is that day. For years, your probability formula has decided the fate of others. The healthy have benefited, while the potentially sick have been unjustly rejected. However, this formula does not take into account the human will to live. When faced with death, who should live versus who will live are two entirely separate things. Today, your policy will be put to the test. There are 4 straps around your limbs, and you have 4 tests you must complete. For if you don't, the straps on your arms and legs will detonate. Look closely. You have 60 minutes to complete your tests and avoid this fate. Starting now. You are not alone in this game. Just as you have taken loved ones away from their families, if you don't reach the end before the timer hits 0, you will never see your family again. Here is your first test. Your health and hereditary background put you in the highest category of success. However, the same cannot be said for your adversary. While only 52 years of age, this man has continued to smoke even though he has a history of high blood pressure and heart disease. This demonstrates very little appreciation for the blessings of his own life. Your game will focus on the simple element of air. Once this game begins, every time you take a breath, the clamps around your chest will close in and crush your body. The only escape is in the other's failure. So I ask you, when faced with death, who will survive? Live or die, William. Make your choice. Hello, William. Standing on the platforms behind me are 2 of your colleagues. One, your file clerk, a young, healthy male with no living relatives. The other, a middle-aged woman with a family history of diabetes. According to your policy, your secretary is older and weaker and therefore less worthy to survive. But you know the loss that she will be to her family, while young Alan will disappear without a blip on the world's radar. Only one can exit this room, and the choice of whom falls upon you. You must let go of one to save the life of the other. As you can see, the choice is not so clear when you are face to face with the people whose blood will stain your hands. Let the game begin. sensationalized my life, twisting the truth and exploiting my message for your own benefit. Well, today you will experience the meaning of sacrifice, and you will see the consequence for those who unjustly hurt others. Hello, William. You have seen the flaws in your policy, but what you have not seen is the extent some people will go to when faced with death. The lawyer from your firm has 90 seconds to cross this room, or the device attached to her chest will discharge and pierce her brain.
It's gonna be okay.
She will find that the journey across this room is filled with danger. In order for her to make it, you will need to be there for her, and it is you who ultimately holds the key to her survival. When faced with death, will she have the skills to live? Let the game begin. Hello, William. Before you are 6 of your most valuable associates, the ones who find errors in policies. Their findings result in over 2/3 of all applications denied or prematurely terminated. Now you must apply your analysis to them. And will you be able to find their errors? 6, ride the carousel. But only 2 can get off. The decision of which to survive falls upon you. But remember, the mounted gun will continue to fire until all 6 rounds are spent. And if no decision is made on your part, all 6 will perish. To offer the 2 reprieves, you must press both buttons at once in the box before you. However, in doing so, you will give a sacrifice of your own. 2 can live, 4 will die. Your decisions symbolized by the blood on your hands. Right now, you're feeling helpless. 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 Right now, you're helpless. Right now, you're feeling helpless. Right now, you're feeling helpless. Right now, you're feeling helpless. Hello, Tara. My apologies for exposing you and your son to this kind of treatment, but I can assure you it is not without reason. The man before you just made the sacrifices to save the life of a loved one. However, when given the opportunity to save your husband's life, he chose not to. Now you will be given the power to save a life. Will you grant this man the opportunity to continue living, or will you dispense the same death sentence he issued your husband? Live or die. The choice is yours.